Hey Bentley, I think I'm seeing things. Must be vertigo or something. Can you see those?
Somewhere along the line, it became an unwritten rule. If you're making a platform game, you'd better have a bizarre anthropomorphic mammal as your lead character. It's hard to pinpoint exactly when this became the standard. I guess you could blame Rare if you'd like, or you could even go back to when hedgehogs began standing upright and running fast. The point is, when platformers were all the rage in the late 90s, it seemed like the entire forest suddenly started walking and talking. It led to some great games for sure, but it's also led to some forgettable characters. Whether this raccoon is one of them is subjective, but he has been in some great games, and this is his debut. Well, sort of. This is Sly Cooper and the THIEVIUS RACCOONUS for the PlayStation 3.
You can't escape me, raccoon!
That's right, you heard me, PlayStation 3. This is the 2010 port of Sly's 2002 PS2 debut, released as part of the SLY collection on a single PS3 disc. Instead of reviewing the entire compilation, which includes all 3 of the SLY games for the PS2, we're going to go over them one by one, starting with this stealthy original, which, by the way, has never been better. I'll be honest, Sly Cooper and the THIEVIUS RACCOONUS wins instant points from me just for the subtitle. THIEVIUS RACCOONUS reminds me of the pseudo-Latin that Chuck Jones used in his Roadrunner cartoons, and anything that reminds me of Chuck Jones is a winner in my book. Unfortunately, that's the only thing about Sly Cooper that reminds me of Chuck Jones. Personally, I've never been a fan of the character design. I just find it very unappealing, like a character from an animated DreamWorks movie or something. But again, that's a subjective matter, and fortunately it has no effect on the game itself. Which, by the way, is pretty awesome. So Sly Cooper is a 3D platform game in a very modern sense. That is to say, you do have more exploring to do than actual platforming, but Sly Cooper does tip the scales toward the latter, at least more than most platformers of the time. Playing as a young raccoon who steals from criminals, a master thief and a long line of furry master thieves, you have to avenge the loss of his family heirloom, the THIEVIUS RACCOONUS. What an awesome name, THIEVIUS RACCOONUS. Anyway, you do that by sneaking around large 3D environments. Sly is an aptly named little mammal, so you can inch around ledges, climb above enemies, and be generally sneaky. It's like Metal Gear Solid. If Snake were really a snake, and if he, like, jumped on platforms instead of hiding in boxes. Oh, okay, it's nothing like Metal Gear Solid, but it is kinda stealthy. It's more platformy though. This is a platformer, and best of all, it actually has some solid platforming. Sly can double jump and swing from ropes, and because the game controls so well, it's all a breeze to pull off. The gameplay also benefits from great level design. There's always something Sly can crawl through or jump to, and those levels come together with the mechanics for a really fun and engaging platforming experience. It's also a pretty experience, and that's where this PS3 port of Sly Cooper works its magic. The original was a gorgeous game, especially by PS2 standards, but it's been given a slick visual upgrade in the move to PS3. The resolution and character models have been dramatically improved, and looking at it in widescreen really opens up Sly's world. The game looks better than ever, and it already looked pretty good in the first place. Sly Cooper is an excellent game, and thanks to those visual improvements, this PS3 port is actually the definitive version. Thanks to the Sly collection, Sly Cooper and the THIEVIUS RACCOONUS is an even better game than you remember. And if you missed it the first time, there's never been a better time to check out this Stealthicus Stripetalius.
This one was cake. Input 719.